Welcome to the third part of Easy Blues Piano. I'm Christian from Berlin, and again, my idea is to build up yummy stuff that is hopefully surprising to you, that gives you new inspiration, and finally it's beautiful that in the end you will think like, I just played that? That's my aim. Sheet music, the info for sheet music is down in the text box, and let's go. I hope you enjoy this one. Before we start, let's have a little bit of schooling on the chord theory, or the chords that we are going to use today, because you might have thought, well, blues is just C7, F7 and G7, the standard 12-bar Berlin blues form, but you know the song, Nobody Knows When I'm Down and Out, when you're down and out, right? Eric Clapton. Undoubtedly, it's a blues song, but hey, how does the E7 and the A7 fit in there? Start like C7, E7, and A7. Why are they related to the main key of C, in which the piece is? Now, let's have a brief reminder what a chain of dominance is. If we just play the C7 and the E7, like C7, E7, sounds like the police approaching on a city on the outskirts of our galaxy. Somehow it's that strange. But, so they don't really fit. But this is the beginning of a wonderful friendship with C. Because E7 is the dominant of anything A. We just go fifth down. E7 is the dominant type. Major, third, and minor 7. So anything A. And here, if we turn this again into a dominant by adding a major third and a minor 7, we have another dominant. So it's beginning of not just a wonderful friendship, but of a dominant chain. A7 would be the dominant of anything. We go a fifth down, D. And if we turn the D into a dominant type again, major third and 7, and then put it here, and then the D is the dominant of G, anything G. So D7 goes to G7, and we have a chain of dominance. Not chain of command, but chain of dominance, because this goes back to C. And this dominant relationship is a very close relationship. That's why it works. Just give you an example. E7, here we start with the chain. Very strange chord here, but only if we leave it like that. But we go on. And now, D7. You see, and suddenly it all makes sense to the ear. Wonderful. These chords have been also used in ragtime, 1920s, so they're all part of blues piano. And now we can play with those and turn part of those into minors even. Like when you have a look at Nobody Cares About You When You're Down and Out. E7. And now, hey, it's D minor. But it still holds because the relationship is still a fifth relationship. So we can modulate here and play a little around with it. And that's what I did today. We take the chords. Well, I shouldn't start with the same upbeat. Okay. E7, and I chose an A minor. It's still a very strong close relationship with this E7 going to A minor, and then D7. You see, that is the basis for what we do today. I hope you enjoyed this little, recollection of the relationships between these chords. So what we do is, now pay attention, put your left hand down. We start with C. And then we don't take A major 7, but we take A minor. Haha. And then okay, let's have a look at the chords again. Just left hand, please. Right hand is coming later. E7. A minor here. It's an inversion. I want to keep the hands close that you don't have to do big jumps. And now D7, G7. Let's have a look at the G7 again. Here, it's a G inversion, and we add the 7 here. We could play it here, but we play it here. The 7 is here. Follow me? Great. So, and then we go home. And then in the end, we play another G7 to have a dominant, a small turnaround. In the end, it goes back to the C. Okay? One more time, and then we start confusing you in the right hand. A minor, now, is that beautiful or is that beautiful? What you do is you put pause now, you practice the left hand separately that you feel safe, and then we continue. Here goes our first phrase. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 2 and 3. You got that one, huh? One more last time. Okay. And 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 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 and 4 and... Ready for the next one? Yes, you are. Now we're building up on this with just one note, and it makes a big difference. Listen. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Nicer, these immediately belong together, just extending one note and you know it's part of one imaginary song. Okay, we bring this element a little bit further to life. This way this time we include a little bit more of the blues scale. Listen. And 4 and 1 and 2 and three, he, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, he, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3. This time we have triplets here. And now we have 3 t. I know it sounds funny if I say 3 he. Well, I sometimes do. Okay. And 3 t 4 and. Okay. I know you managed that. One more time. Important is finger setting here. You can either do and then lift, or just as I did before. Shall we have it one more time? And 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 he, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 he, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 he, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 4 and 1 and turn around G7. Okay? Now we kind of exploited this upbeat a lot, yeah? So now the listener would probably say, okay, we get it. Let's try something else. Now it's time for something really nice, and I explain this to you. I play this. Now, what we're exploiting, what we learned before, very often I use an element I used before so that you're familiar with it, and you just have to put something else on top of what you learned before. What you learned before is this one. Just jump. But there's something weird going on here. Listen. Here. What the heck is the G sharp doing? I thought it's just blues scale. And here's something I sometimes mention, that yes, blues scale plus chord notes. So you can use this just like with blues scale. Just blues scale, fine. But also, of course, the allowed notes, the permitted notes, are also, of course, chord notes. Of course, like in C, and now we're in E7. And we, of course, can now use the G7, which is the major third of E. Also the B, which is the fifth of E. So we could even just do chord notes. Like, wonderful, huh? Wonderful stuff. This is not the blues scale. This is not the blues scale. This is not in the blues scale. And this is not in the blues scale. Christian, what are you doing here? So, but it's all chord notes of E7. And they sound great. Yes. So, that's what we did here. And it sounds like a beautiful transition, remember this, to the minor third of the A minor chord. We start with a simple note. I play it, you follow me. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 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 3. One more time. And everybody now, clap your hands. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Now, that's really beautiful. If you play these, what you learned until now, just they match perfectly behind each other. It's a wonderful little lines you can already play for Christmas for your loved ones. And you will get like even more presents on top, another $100. Here's another nice one. What we do now is we want to reach on the E. We want to reach the target note is the root of E, of E7. We start on C, and it sounds really nice if we approach the root. Here, the last steps, these ones are chromatic. It sounds really nice. And again, we start on a different time. 1 and. Before we had an upbeat on a different time, then we started on the 1, and now we start on the 1 and. Diversion. 1, diversity, diversion. Whatever. It's something else. Okay, 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1. Again, the beginning. 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. And then we exploit. Okay, once more. Finger setting. That you have the fifth here. Hello, fifth. Here. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. And now the figure from before. And 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. And 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 1 and 2 and where am I? 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, now we start with something new and great. We put a little bit of accent with an octave and a great upbeat that you can use universally. You come to any blues bar, you start with this upbeat, you are a well-respected person. I play the whole figure. Let's have a look at the upbeat. It goes along the chord of C, just with the 6 in between and the little swipey here, okay? 1. Then we have the element of, which is also great, it's easy to play, it sounds a little bit Ray Charlesy, and we have the octave with the swing axis here. That's a great sound, and then we just go back to here. So we have a blue note as an accent with a little third finger swing. And we have this element here, which you all know by now, right? The great royal thirds. Okay, the whole thing slowly. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Okie dokie. So if you're a little bit more advanced, you do what I just did. Yeah. If you have that hand independence already and you keep the fourth going here, that's the main bit, you know, keep the fourth beat going here, and you manage to do this without interrupting the straight fourth pattern here. It's a good one, no? Let's move on. Okay, now we do a variation. Our plea has not been heard. We must reinforce that, double that up, and for us to be heard. So we just double that with the swing of the third. And we use the thirds again, but the only thing we do is we put the thumb in the middle of each of those. It's a great variation, remember that bit. If you forget everything else, remember that bit. The thumb is a great, to make this more interesting. Before we had this one, and now we just do the thumb between. It's a wonderful sound. Okay, the whole thing. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Now, fantastic stuff. Let's move on. Now let's see if we can actually play the whole blues scale over these strange chords. Does that fit? This is the one thing, and we will train one thing that you can use very often. It's, when we cannot slide with one finger, like this, or here, we have to do it with two fingers. And very often it's the top note, because when we want to play the top note but then go down, we wouldn't start doing this, although this is easier. Well, sometimes I actually do it to cheat, but when we want our four fingers on the other side of that slit note, we do this. We use the 4 and 4th and the 5th finger, and at this tempo you can do it. I'll play the whole thing. what we do learn here is this one, and then it goes down in triplets. And here you learn a little bit of finger setting, standard finger setting, when you go down. The second here on the B flat, and the fourth here. You see, that's your task for this one. Otherwise, it's just triplets. You already managed the left hand. You can play it in your dreams now, so I played 3 times for you. Oh no, I had a little bit more in the beginning. So 1 and 2 and bop, 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 2. Snap it. Snap it. When you're here, you already snap over. Same here. You snap over. You don't waste time. And now, at one point, you just think, it's just about time. Let's move it over. No. Bop. Bop. Okay. Now. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. You have a little break. You use it to move up. You move up. And yeah, Christian has clumsy index finger here. Again. You have time. You move up. And one more time, because you love it so much, and so do I. It's a great sound, and you immediately feel that both parts of the scale we played twice, and they somehow belong together. We have, we come to mommy's lap, home button, C, and it's just not any repetition. We sort of close the sack, as we say in Germany. We close the sack, we give it a finish. Why, Christian, what do you have with this index finger? Maybe it has a day off. Okay. At this moment I thought, well, how can I make this lesson even more worthwhile for you? Maybe some of you are already fed up with these chords, and there's time for another taste in this fruit salad. And I thought about a very lyrical and beautiful ending to soothe your soul after all this the strange chords we just did. Listen to this. I hope you like this. So you come, let's say, from our last line. How do you like that? We smuggle in a couple of other chords, let's say. This is just C with a 7 here, yeah? Now we have, this is a hidden F chord. Can you see it? If you put this one right in the middle, you see? It's F. We have F, C with a 7 in the bass, F with the A in the bass. You see, it would be, now it's more obvious to you, right? Okay. Then we have, and now, okay, this is an attack on your inner peace, because you have to play 4 notes in the right hand. Hopefully you get that, get a little bit more coffee to manage this. So, what is this? Have a look. What is this? Yeah. You got it? You got it? Okay, well, this is F minor. This is, what is this to F? This is the major 7. You know what you get when you drop a piano from a military helicopter down to earth? You get a flat major. Yeah, it's one of those musicians' jokes. And you know the one, if you throw it down a coal shaft, you get a flat minor. Okay, here we have the F minor major 7 chord, or in short, F minor major. Yeah, that word exists. So, and then we have the C. That's C with G in the bass. Let's go again. F with A in the bass. And now comes this hot thing. And C with G in the bass. Again. Now the monster. There's beautiful chords leading into each other and supported by the melody. Monster. C with G in the bass. And then... Okay, Christian, is this beginner stuff in slow? Yes, and if I help you understand it, it is. Because this is the D flat 7, you know, D flat 7. You're here to learn. It's D flat 7. And what is this D flat 7? It's the 9, right? It's the 9. So we can always drop the 5. We know that. It's not important for a chord. Unless it's a diminished 5 or an augmented 5, then we have to play it, because then it is characteristic for a chord. Here the brain is doing the rest. It's completing the 5 in your brain, and we stay with this one and we move this one down. Now you can follow me, right? And now it's easy blues piano. And we wait, we breathe, we wait, and then C, minor 3rd, major 3rd, and this one again. Monster. You have time. And then just the C dissolved. Add lip. No timing. Ooh. I hope you like that. I hope you like this episode. If you did, please leave your thumbs up under the video. That helps the series, because the more people like it, the more the YouTube algorithms will present it to more and more people. And if it's a successful series, then it's an incentive for me to make more, hopefully interesting parts, and hopefully also with your favorite topic. So thanks very much for watching. Bye from Berlin. Stay safe. Tschüss.